starting to shift in. Whew. Okay. I'm going to wait for names. There's a really strong woman who's making me really sick to my stomach. So that means she passed a cancer. It's definitely mother energy, so mother, grandmother, but I haven't gotten her name yet. Who recognizes that? Because I feel like it's over here. Whew. Your mom that was singing happy birthday to me, she's the one that passed a cancer. But she said, it was me, I was singing to you earlier. She's the one I'm feeling the cancer from. Do you understand? Wonderful, good. So remember how I said she's going to be coming in with that grandmother Catherine for the lady that's sitting beside you. But she's making me feel really sick to my stomach. So I might have to take her and then come back. Because I need to connect to her energy while I have her before I get too sick. Sometimes when someone passes a cancer, she's making me really nauseous, which means she really had a hard time with it. Sometimes I'll always feel the sickness in my stomach, and it's my validation that they passed a cancer. Do you understand? Okay, she's starting to step in. But sometimes I feel it on such a strong level that I have to ask them to kind of push back their energy a little bit. And I have to ask one of my guides to stand between her and I. And it's just because she had such a hard time with this. That as I connect with her, I'm so sick to my stomach, I feel like I want to go to the bathroom and actually get sick, okay? It's just because of the way that she's making me feel the cancer. So I know that you're hoping for the connection with her. She's definitely going to step in and she's going to start talking. However, I'm going to have my guide stand between me and her. Do you understand? And she was not very old, okay? Because I can see her and she's very young, okay? So I'm already starting to feel her. She makes me feel like she's excited about talking to you, though. So it's your first time connecting with her, honey? Because she said, this is the first time I have a chance to talk to my daughter since she lost me. Do you understand? And I feel like I want to sit really close to you, so I'm going to. And that just means she's probably going to have me hold your hand or something, okay? But what's going to happen is, I'm starting to see her. She's very beautiful. She's very beautiful. Full of life. She's got some backbone to her. She's got some spunk, because I'm feeling her personality. She's very loving, but she's very driven. I've never said driven about anyone's personality. Do you understand it? And she makes me feel like the cancer was unexpected when she found out about it, and that it was in the later stages, and it's like, what's going on? Okay, because that's how she's making me feel, okay? So what's going to happen is, she's stepping forward, she's making me feel the cancer. Okay, my guide's standing right here, so I can see him. So she's going to be standing beside this lady right here in the green, and my one guide, he's standing right here. And it's just so he can block some of the energy that she's making me feel because of the cancer, because it's really strong. Okay, and that's how I know she had a really rough time with this. And she keeps saying to me it took her faster than she expected. And that's how I know that she found out in the later stages. It was a surprise to her and the rest of the family, and then it's like she's gone like that. Meaning it was only months or just like a year or two, no more. Do you understand? Because that always means 2 years or less. Because I can have someone who has cancer that comes through in spirit, and they could have had cancer for a year and then went into remission, and then had cancer for 2 years and then went into remission, and then got it again and passed. It's not like that with her. Do you understand it? It's like she gets it, it's later stages, and then she's taken very quickly. She's showing me purple birthday balloons. She's saying to me that this is her present to herself for her birthday, and it's her present to you. Do you understand that? Okay. So today would have been her birthday. She just said it still is. It's just in heaven. Meaning not only is she celebrating with you today, as far as connecting with you, but that they're also celebrating in heaven. Do you understand it? This is she's like, earlier I was singing happy birthday to me, but now you can sing happy birthday to you, meaning to her. Okay, good. Did you ask her to come today? Perfect. And she's saying to me, my daughter asked me to come. She felt like it was a sign that the group was today, and that I would show up. So here I am, and this is my present for her. Tell her she does not need to give me a present today. This is my present for her. And what's with the releasing of the balloons? Because she keeps taking her birthday balloons and she keeps releasing them. It's, tell her my spirit is set free. That this makes me really happy. This is what I've waited for. She's not the only family member I waited to talk to, and I'm happy because she needs to know that I don't have to suffer anymore and that I'm at peace. Sometimes I've never had anyone release the balloons like that and then give me that sentence, but it was just her way of not only acknowledging her soul being free as far as the peacefulness that she feels, but also her letting the birthday balloons go free. Meaning she's just taking me out of that picture as far as that validation, and then she's going into another one. Do you understand? You feel like you had time with her to say goodbye? Because she's saying to me, my daughter feels like she had time, but not the time that she wanted. Do you understand it? Because she's saying to me, you feel like you didn't get a chance to say everything that you wanted to say to her. And she's saying to me, now's your time to talk. Okay? Good. She's wearing me down. She makes me feel like the cancer starts to spread through the system. Now, if I can have somebody that comes through, and let's say that they have cancer, like they have like a tumor up here. They'll make me feel the cancer is localized, because I can still have somebody that passes of brain cancer, and they could still pass to that cancer, and it might only stay here, or it might only gone down to the neck. I feel like it spreads through the system, okay? Because she's making me feel like it starts to engulf her body, okay? So I always ask them when they start to step in with cancer, they'll either make me feel where it started, if it stayed localized or if it spread through the system, or both. So it's her way making me feel she's a mother energy for you, but she passed to cancer. Do you understand it? Okay, good. So I'm just gonna let her talk, honey. She's holding a flower. I'm gonna ask her what that means. Because it's a flower I've never seen before. All right, good. She's going to come stand here because my guide's standing right here, okay? So she's going to come a little bit closer because now that we're not on the cancer subject, I'm not feeling it as much. Okay, good. Now I'm starting to see her again. All right, I'm just going to ask her to start talking. I'm going to ask her what she feels is important to talk about today. Is she the only person you were hoping for? Okay, because she said I'm her one and only, even though there's other people behind me. Meaning there's older generations in the family that are with her for support as well, okay? She's holding up a cross in front of her, so I'm going to ask her what that's about. Because that usually means something completely different than the way that she's holding it. It was important for me to, okay, I'm just going to listen to her words because it explains it. It was important for me today to have the connection with her. I haven't had a chance to talk to her since I passed. I know how long she's waited for it. Today was the perfect day. It's a gift for me and it's a gift for her. I needed her to know that I was with Jesus. And I needed her to know that there were people there that welcomed me with loving, open arms, including her grandmother. Do you recognize that? Perfect. It's her way of validating to me that when her soul was released from the body and she went to actually cross to the other side, just the peacefulness that she felt, and that's why she was making me feel the balloons earlier, saying her soul is set free, because it's her way of validating that she's out of the pain. Do you understand? Good. Were you hoping that she would talk about her being at peace and not having the pain anymore and watching over you? Okay. What's with the children? Okay, because she's saying to me, tell her I watch over the children, because it's something she wanted me to say. Do you understand that? Okay. She's saying to me she met them. But you have to remember, if somebody's passed in spirit and you have children after they're passed, it just means that she knew their soul on the other side before, meaning before they were gifted as far as the blessing. Do you understand that? Perfect, that's what it is. And she's saying to me, it's not just about her today. Tell her I want to talk about the children. Do you understand? So it's her way of validating that she knows about the children, and it's not just you that she watches over. Do you understand? Okay. She's Do you understand when I was talking about her personality before as far as the backbone? Because she's given me, I've never had anyone do this, but she's given me that ribbon of hope, and she keeps making me feel like she fought, and she fought, and she fought, and the last thing she wanted to do was leave anybody behind. And she did everything she could to battle this cancer. And she makes me feel like she fought all the way up until the end and she never gave up. Do you understand it? Okay, because I can have people that'll come through that passed a cancer, and they'll be like, 2 months before I passed, I knew I was going to go. I was already starting to see people in spirit. I felt like I was going to pass soon, and I started to give up. There's no give up in this woman. That's why I was feeling that strong backbone, and I was feeling her personality before when she was making me feel herself. Because she was trying to make me feel what she was as a person when she was here. And I feel like she fights to every single last breath that she has, and she was battling this as long as she could. But she makes me feel like the battle did not last very long, and she was taking very quickly, okay? And she's saying to me, I didn't have a chance to spend the time with my loved ones, and I didn't have a chance to say and do everything that I would have liked to have done with them, because I was so busy just trying to survive, not only for myself, but for them. And she said, in my mind, I was never worried about me going to heaven and me passing and what it was going to be like. I was worried about the family that I was going to leave behind and what it was going to do to them. I was more concerned about them than I was myself. Do you understand that? Was she vocal about that, honey? Because she just keeps saying to me, I only kept fighting and I kept concentrating on them because it was about me being there for them more than anything. Do you understand it? Perfect. So she makes me feel like she had that feeling that there was the chance that she was going to be taken by this cancer. Do you understand it? And then all the words that she keeps making me feel is like she fought every single day to be there, to be there, to be there. And I don't feel like she was fighting for herself. I feel like she was fighting for you and the rest of the family. That it was about her trying to survive to be there for you. Do you understand? Perfect. Because that's the way she's making me feel. She says, I know it's been hard on her because I've been gone for years, but I needed her to know that I know about the children. And I had a chance to have the connection with them before she was blessed with them. Do you understand it? Perfect. I can see the peaceful rings in front of her chest. It's her way of validating that she's at peace. She just makes me feel nothing but love, and she's so happy. She's so happy about having the connection with you. Do you understand? What did you do or think about doing in the honor? Because she keeps saying, talk about what she got in my honor. Perfect. See me touching my arm? See me touching my arm when I asked you? When they make me say, think or thought about, meaning think or you've actually thought, but I thought to think. When they do this and they make me touch my arm, it means it's their way of saying, you've thought about getting it. It means she knows that you thought, I'm going to listen to her words. She does not have to put that thing on her body just to please me. Right. Okay, that's why. Because you made me feel like I'm putting it on my arm, that's always a tattoo, okay? And I was like, okay, what is this in honor? Because then sometimes they'll actually show me exactly what the tattoo looks like. But when I feel like I'm thinking about it and then I want to place it on my body, it's usually because you thought about it and you just recently got it done, or you've been thinking about it, you have an idea what you want to do, but you haven't got it done yet. Do you understand? So that's why I said that first sentence, and then she kept doing this, like I want to touch my arm, meaning it's actually going onto your skin, okay? But she just said that statement saying, she's happy that you love her that much to mark up your body. I've never had anyone say that before, so I'm just repeating her words. It is not a choice that I would choose for her, but if it's something that makes her happy, it's okay. So it's her way of saying, tell her no matter what she does, she's beautiful, and that she's always my daughter and how proud I am of her. But she doesn't have to do that to show her love for me, because she does not need that placed on her skin to honor me and love me and still carry me with her. Do you understand that? Perfect. So you thought about it. I feel like you've been back and forth because she shows me the seesaw, but then you were thinking, what is she going to think of it? Perfect. She's saying to me, that's why I had to make you feel like she was thinking of it, and then I had to make you touch your arm, because I can see that she's gone over and over and over about it, because she feels like she wants it to honor me, but she knows that I wouldn't approve. Do you understand? Perfect. Good. She's, I cannot tell you the amount of happiness and excitement I feel from her. It's like almost elation, because she is just so thrilled. But she's saying to me, this is the best birthday present I could have ever asked for, to be able to talk to her and have this time with her. They're telling me I only have another minute left, but it was my chance to let her know that I love her, and that I'm with her, and that I see the children, and that I'm going to be a part of her life in any way that I can. Let her know that anything that comes up hereafter, that I will always be sharing it with her. Do you understand? Perfect. She was very boisterous as a person, but very loving. Do you understand it? Very strong and set in her ways, but very, very, very strong-willed and determined. That's that personality that I was feeling earlier. And she's saying to me, you're a lot like her. You're loving, but you speak your mind if you're put in the situation to do it. Understand it? But she's explaining to me how she sees the fight in you as well. And she's saying to me, I like to see the fight in my daughter. I like to see what a strong, wonderful woman she is. I want her to know that I continue to pray for her, give her any blessings that I can, and that I'm going to be with her in any way I possibly can, and that I will do my best to always give her the signs. What's with the little girl? Okay. She said, I want to talk about the daughter. She shows me a little blue butterfly in her hand, and she keeps sending the butterfly to me. Do you understand it? It's her validating what you just said. Because she was showing me the little blue butterfly, and she set the butterfly free, and she said, talk about the little girl. Do you understand? That's why she was bringing up the children. Does that make sense to you? Perfect. And you felt like she sent her to you? That's why she was validating that connection was on the other side before. It's not only her sign for all of you, and her sign for your daughter. Do you understand it? Perfect. But it's her way of acknowledging not only that connection, but that you felt that she sent her to you. Do you understand? Good. Now that's always God's plan, of course. But however, our loved ones can have an effect and can actually step in and give guidance and have that connection with that person's soul before they're gifted to us as well, which is wonderful. So it's just her way of validating again as she starts to step out, because it's almost like I'm only communicating with her at 30%. So that's why she had to send the butterfly to me, because I'm losing her. That she still continues to watch over you and that children. And that it's her way of validating what you always felt right here. Do you understand it? Good. All right, she's starting to go. She did a wonderful job. Again, I didn't even touch the surface with her, but she said what she felt was important, going, happy birthday to me. It's my birthday. This is my birthday present. I have a chance to connect with my daughter. She fought all the way up until the end through the cancer. She did it for everybody else, and that she continues to watch over you and your children. Do you understand it? Wonderful. Perfect. So just know that she loves you, because all I keep hearing is, tell my daughter I love her, as she starts to step out. Okay, wonderful, good. Okay, if you choose to get the tattoo, you choose to get the tattoo. And it might just be enough that she validated it's something you were thinking about, but you haven't done yet. Do you understand? Wonderful, good.